Today, in this video, I'm going to show you how to capitalize on the popularity of Bitcoin, the growth, the craze, everything that's going on with Bitcoin here in 2025. Everybody wants to make money in crypto. And also at the same time, I want to show you how you can have the stability of generating income weekly and monthly in the stock market. And we're going to do that through using Bitcoin and using my favorite strategy. So, Soundstripe. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Flex Free Game channel. I always thank you guys for tuning in with us today. If you're new to the channel or if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you take a quick second, hit that subscribe button so that way you'll be notified anytime we're uploading these helpful videos to get your stock market trading and investing tips for free on the Flex Free Game channel. It'll cost you nothing to hit that subscribe button. Don't be stingy with your subscribe button. Don't be stingy with the like button. Cost you nothing, and it also helps us out as we are working to continue to grow this channel here. So today, in this video, I'm going to show you how to capitalize on the popularity of Bitcoin, the growth, the craze, everything that's going on with Bitcoin here in 2025. Everybody wants to make money in crypto. And also at the same time, I want to show you how you can have the stability of generating income weekly and monthly in the stock market. And we're going to do that through using Bitcoin and using my favorite strategy. So this is going to be one of the key ways that me personally I take advantage of Bitcoin this year and probably just going forward in years to come. It's one of those type of strategies that's going to be very solid to learn and maybe add to your portfolio if this is something you're looking to do, is generate some income and also capitalize on this crypto craze that has kicked off here in 2025. So if you're looking for ways to make some money in Bitcoin, some alternative ways to make some money in Bitcoin, I encourage you to check out this video. Keep an open mind while you're watching the video, follow along, and hey, hit us up if you got some questions here. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use iShares Bitcoin Trust, ticker symbol IBIT, which is an ETF, also known as an exchange traded fund, and also use covered calls using the covered call strategy. We talked about covered calls many times on this channel. You guys know this is one of my favorite strategies. You're going to use covered calls to generate consistent weekly and monthly income in your trading account using the IBIT ETF Bitcoin iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF, right? So whether you're super excited about crypto, you're a crypto fan, or if you're just a regular retail stock market trader, a stock and options trader, this strategy is going to let you tap into Bitcoin's performance overall while you're reducing some of that volatility that comes with trading and investing in Bitcoin directly, right? So you're going to be able to generate some income while Bitcoin goes through its huge moves in either direction. You're going to have some stability because you're going to know how to generate some income and also gain exposure to some of that growth and volatility. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get started. So first of all, what is the iShares Bitcoin Trust? Ticker symbol IBIT. Again, that's an ETF. So this particular ETF, or again, also known as an exchange traded fund, is designed to track the overall price and performance of Bitcoin and kind of follow, Bitcoin and the returns that it gives. So it's going to give you some exposure to Bitcoin without really having to directly buy the actual coin itself. So for the people out there that want to invest in Bitcoin, but maybe you're not that crypto savvy, maybe you're new to cryptocurrency, you don't know really where to start investing in Bitcoin at, this particular ETF is going to be a simple way that you can start investing in Bitcoin without having to really buy Bitcoin directly. So ETFs like IBIT, they're going to allow investors to participate in Bitcoin's performance using a more traditional way of investing inside of your regular brokerage account. So you don't have to go up and set up like an account with these new cryptocurrency exchanges and all that stuff just to buy Bitcoin. You can actually just invest and buy shares in the ETF IBIT, which is a little more simple route to go. So the thing I like most about IBIT though is because it's considered equity and it's traded on the stock exchange, it's an ETF. We can also use option strategies like cover calls to generate income while we also participate in the growth and volatility of Bitcoin over the long term, right? So that's a very, very powerful thing to be able to do. So now let's shift gears. Let's talk about the strategy itself. Now, first of all, we got to understand what a cover call is and what that strategy does. And again, if you followed our channel, we talked about this plenty of times, but let's give a little bit of a refresher for those of you guys that are new. So cover calls is an option strategy that allows you to sell call options against a stock. Or in this case, we're going to sell call options against IBIT, the ETF that we already own, right? So in order to actually sell calls and do cover calls, you have to own the shares first, right? So step one, you got to own shares of IBIT. You got to go out and buy some shares if you already don't have them. And in order to do a cover call, you got to own at least 100 shares of the stock, which is going to allow you to actually sell calls, right? Because option contracts allow you the rights to ownership, allow you to buy or sell, or buy a call option allows you to buy 100 shares of a stock, gives you rights to ownership. That's why you have to own at least 100 shares first. That's step one before you can actually sell a call, right? Now, step two, once you have those 100 shares of IBIT, now you can sell a call against your shares at a specific strike price that you choose. So that's the nice thing about cover calls is you get to dictate how much you want to let these shares go for. So it gives you a sense of ownership in this strategy. So you get to dictate where you want to sell that strike price, right? But keep in mind, wherever you sell that strike price, that's going to also dictate how much premiums that you collect. And that actually leads me to the third step in this is actually collecting the premium from selling the call, right? So once you hit that sell button, that premium is going to be deposited into your account immediately. So the nice thing about all this is you don't have to go out and find the buyer or somebody to sell these calls to. All you got to do is press the buttons and your broker is going to facilitate this transaction on your behalf. And bam, you're going to be able to collect some guaranteed income from the IBIT ETF just like that. So this premium, again, is going to be your income. It's the money that you actually get up front, whether the option gets exercised or not by the buyer of that option contract on the other end. No matter what happens, you get to keep the income. That's why I really, really love the cover call strategy because, again, a lot of what I like to do in the market is generate some income. So that way I can use that income to reinvest in my account and also just use that income for, living expenses and just doing what I want to do with it. And since you already own the IBIT shares, it's somewhat of a low risk strategy to actually generate some income and again get some exposure to Bitcoin's growth and volatility, right? So very, very powerful strategy to really implement and get some exposure to Bitcoin, the top cryptocurrency coin in the crypto market. So let me show you how to do this strategy step by step. So I want to share my screen with you guys now. Again, for those of you guys that been following us, you guys know that we use Thinkorswim. This is TD Ameritrade's trading platform. And actually, take that back, now owned by Charles Schwab. So Charles Schwab bought out TD Ameritrade a couple years ago or so, and now they own Thinkorswim, right? But this is the trading platform that we use. And I want to show you step by step on what you're going to do to actually implement this strategy. So here we have IBIT, the ticker symbol IBIT. All we got to do is go up here to our left-hand corner and we just type in IBIT. I already have it on the screen, but boom, that's all you got to do is type it in right here in the left-hand box right here if you're using Thinkorswim. And you can do this on any of your brokerage platforms that are allowing you to trade IBIT. Now, this is the 1-year chart, and we can see this as the IBIT shares have been on a monster run over the past year. A year ago, it's trading at about $22, and we see now it's trading at about $59. So this, and the highest it got was $61 per share. So this stock is close to triple over the past year. This ETF has close to tripled over the past year. Again, it's following the returns of Bitcoin. So of course the stock chart is going to look just like this, similar to how Bitcoin is trading, right? Now, in order to do a cover call and generate some income on IBIT, we must first buy 100 shares. So all we got to do is go to our box here at the top. We got to type in our 100 shares. Now, the nice thing about cover calls is for every 100 share increments that you own, you can sell one contract. So if I own 100 shares, I can sell one contract. If I own 200 shares of IBIT, I can sell two contracts, so on and so forth. If I own 1,000 shares of IBIT, I can sell 10 contracts against my shares and take in that income. Once I hit that one, I have my 100 shares here. I just hit that buy market button right there. And since the market is closed, right, this is after hours, it won't actually execute this, but this gives me my order confirmation box. It's telling me right now, in order to buy 100 shares, since IBIT is currently trading at 58.79 per share, about $59 per share, it's just telling me how much this total transaction is going to cost. And all you got to do to figure that out is you multiply 100 shares times 58.79 per share, and that's going to give you your total amount that you need to spend on this particular transaction, right? Once I have my order in place, I send that through, and again, as you can see, my order is sitting here, right? It hasn't been executed because it is after hours, but had this been during the market hours, this order would have went through immediately, and I would have had my 100 shares in my account. Now, let's pretend for today's video, I have the 100 shares at 58.79. Now I can go to the option chain right here in Thinkorswim under the all products section right here. And here you see all of these tabs here are my weekly options that I can choose. Now, what I recommend is starting with doing this on a weekly basis. So every single week, we're going to look to sell a call against our shares, depending on where the price of IBIT is and the price of Bitcoin. So we're going to go to next week with which these option contracts expire on January 31st. We're going to go just out of the money. So everything in the blue is in the money. We're going to go just out of the money. Keep in mind, we bought our shares at 58.79 per share. So we want to sell our call higher at a higher strike price of 58.79. So let's look at maybe the 60 strike price. Again, here's my strike prices right in the middle. So I would just go to my 60 strike price right here. And if I scroll over, you can see at the sell column, the big column, I can collect $1.52 per share, which is $152 per contract that I sell. Since I own 100 shares of IBIT, I can sell one contract. So all I got to do is click the bid column here. And as you can see, it brings up my order to sell one contract of IBIT. Once I hit that confirm and send button, this $152 is going to be deposited right into my account immediately. Again, if I hit that send button, it's not going to go through right now because the market is closed, but I just want to show you the step, right? Once I hit that sell button, I would go to my monitor tab. As you can see, it's empty here, but that's where you would see the actual order and your contract that you sold, everything's sitting there, and your premium, that $152, right, that we collected right here in the option chain is gonna be added to our account. So it's literally 3 steps. Step number 1, again, you buy your 100 shares. Step 2, once you have your 100 shares, you're gonna go to your option chain and you're gonna sell a call option. You're gonna choose a strike price for higher than the stock price that you sold or that you bought, right? Higher than your current stock price. You always want to go out of the money. That's going to give you a chance for additional capital gains along with collecting that premium. Once you hit that sell call button, that premium is going to be added to your account right away. And then lastly, all you're doing is waiting to see what happens with your shares by that expiration date, right? Nice thing about this, no matter what happens with call options, with cover calls, you keep the premium. So if Bitcoin goes past your strike price, your shares are taken away from you, given to the buyer on the other end. You keep the premium, all your capital is deposited back into your account. If it stays below that strike price, you keep your shares and you keep the premium. And guess what? You get to do this trade all over again. So as you can see, looking at the call option chain, the premium that you receive is going to depend on the factors at the time of expiration, right? It's going to depend on the strike price you choose, and it's going to depend on the expiration date, and it's going to depend on the implied volatility of the option contract. So you want to be very strategic, and in most cases, you want to choose out of the money calls that you do this particular strategy on. Now, like any strategy out there, cover calls on IBIT, there are going to be some pros and cons, right, with cover calls. The pros with cover calls is you're going to be able to generate income, guaranteed predictable income through the premiums that you're going to collect in your account. Now, looking at the current weekly call options that we just looked at in that call option chain, My goal with this strategy is going to be to generate around 5 to 10% every single month in my account with this simple strategy. So whatever the cost I spend to buy my IBIT shares, I want to be able to generate at least 5 to 10% in income every single month on that cost, right? And that's going to hit my account guaranteed no matter what. Also, another pro with this particular strategy is going to lower your cost basis on the IBIT ETF shares over time. So every time you bring in income into your account, it's going to offset that capital that you use to actually purchase the IBIT shares, and you're going to have that guaranteed income coming in. And then lastly, you're going to be able to still benefit. That's probably the biggest benefit in this particular strategy is you're going to have that Bitcoin exposure. So if Bitcoin price increases over time, so are those IBIT shares, and you're going to be able to get some of those capital gains along with that guaranteed income from this particular strategy, and also have control because, again, you're choosing the strike price that you're selling these call options for, right? Now, of course, there are going to be some cons. There are going to be some negatives with this particular strategy. So we got to talk about those as well. One con to this strategy, or one negative to this particular strategy, is you're going to cap your upside potential, right? And that's going to depend on the strike price that you choose. So, for example, if Bitcoin goes on a huge run, that most likely means that IBIT shares are going to pop as well. They're going to go on that run right alongside Bitcoin to the upside. And depending on your strike price, you may miss out on some potential gains because you're capped at whatever strike price that you sell, right? So you got to keep that in mind when you're choosing your strike price. So another con, if Bitcoin and IBIT price drops significantly, right? If we see a huge sell off of Bitcoin, then those premiums that you bring in from selling your calls may not fully offset the losses at the time, right? So, but keep in mind with this strategy, you always have to remember that you never lose unless you completely sell out of your shares and take the loss, right? As long as you're holding your IBIT shares, then you can always sell more calls and bring in more income, even if the ETF or Bitcoin has had a sell-off and you've seen a drop in your shares, right? As long as you don't sell, you always have those 100 shares or more. You can always sell some calls and bring in some income and kind of buy some time. So that's another reason I like covered calls. This strategy has a little bit of a built-in hedge along with it that kind of protects you on the downside as well. So again, that's why it's important to choose your strike price very carefully, and also just consider, whatever the current crypto Bitcoin market conditions are at the time before you're executing and considering this strategy, right? I will say that this strategy is going to work best in a sideways or slightly bullish, crypto market right now. Bitcoin is kind of trading in a range right now, so this is a great time to execute a strategy like this. And me personally, I've been doing this strategy in my portfolio this year, and just really been enjoying it. But again, this is not for everybody. Do your own homework, do your own due diligence on this. Just kind of sharing some ideas on how you can take advantage of Bitcoin, just like I am, and plan to continue to do so. So if Bitcoin is trading in a range, you can really maximize your income without worrying about the ETF really blowing past your strike price. Again, Bitcoin is kind of in that range right now. So very important with this strategy. You really want to keep your eyes on Bitcoin volatility and kind of use a little bit of technical analysis to identify those, good support resistance levels like we're in, like we currently identify now. So very, very important there. So that's it. There you have it. That's it. That's what I'm doing right now to take advantage of Bitcoin. It's a very straightforward way to generate some income weekly and monthly into your account, and also get that Bitcoin exposure using, again, my favorite strategy with cover calls, and doing this on the iShares Bitcoin Trust, ticker symbol IBIT ETF. This strategy so far really, really been a great strategy to implement. So if you're interested in learning more about option strategies, with the conclusion of this video, make sure that you like this video. If you found this helpful, if you think this is something that you might use as well, definitely suggest that you really explore this and see if it's a good fit for you. And also, if you like this video, subscribe to our Flex Free Game channel. Again, we're looking to continue to give you guys some good content and really grow our channel, so that helps us out. And also, let me know in the comments as well. We love to hear from you. If you ever tried this strategy with IBIT or any other ETFs or stocks out there, or if you just have some general questions on how to set this up, we try to walk you through that step by step. But again, if you're new to this, you may have some additional questions. So put them down in the comments below, and we will make sure to definitely get back with you. So, and then lastly, we do offer a free breakthrough strategy session here in our Flex program, where we talk about where we can talk about more of this particular strategy with IBIT, as well as share some more kind of insights and share some things that we do to help our Flex traders in our Flex community with our own trading and investing in the market, to see if it's something that you need some help with as well, and you can take advantage of as well. So I will post the link down below to book your free session, and that's a free live session. That is a one-on-one session. It's not a group call. It's not a computer recording. That is a live, real session with a live coach, either me and myself, me or Kevin on that call. So feel free. Take advantage and book your session below. I'll put that link in the description box. So take advantage of that and get your spot, and let's talk about how we can help you. So that's it for today's video, guys. Again, thanks for watching. And yeah, go out there, do your research and see if this strategy is the right fit for you to generate some weekly, monthly income and get that Bitcoin exposure, to get that Bitcoin growth. Again, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.